Hey, just sitting here wrenching on one of our trucks, and you guessed it, live from Milton, Pennsylvania. This is the Nearly Famous CB Show. And now, without further ado, here are the stars of the show, Chris Patton and Brandon Kozer.
Welcome back, everybody, and here we are yet again, and I'm yet again without Chris. Busy man. So as everybody knows, things are continuing to grow. We're moving fast right along, and while I'm at it, let's jump right into this week's weekly update.
The weekly update.
So our weekly update, a lot of things going on. We do have some updated pictures of our roundabout warehouses and actually our terminal down in Dublin. Let's look at those here real quick. They're really starting to form into what it looks like to be the new office building down in Dublin. Pretty excited about that. We also have pictures of our warehouse out back that is coming pretty close to being final steps to early stages of opening. So that's pretty exciting. A lot of things going on around here with both companies, a lot of growth and stability, looking great. We also had a great class this week. Big class this week. So let's run down that list here real quick for you. We had Brennan, Jermaine, and Chantel from South Carolina, John from North Carolina, Alan from West Virginia, Philip from Maryland, and Tracy from PA. So again, as always, we'd like to welcome everybody to that whole big class. As you see them out and about, if you give them a warm welcome. And, I actually overheard two conversations earlier at the vending machine right outside my office. We had a veteran driver walk in, had a short conversation with one of the new guys. And it's always nice to see that we are a friendly family and introduce each other and help each other around. So we actually took a minute, Chris, my counterpart, took a few minutes here and sat down with Alan, who is a return driver for us. And let's just take a couple seconds, I guess, couple minutes, and check out that clip.
Hey, welcome everyone. Got a special guest here today. Got Mr. Al Kermes, who's a returning driver, starting with us again this week. And Al came to us today, and he's got some good history with our company. Knows a little bit about us, and just wanted to share some insight of Al's experience here. Why he chose Watsontown Trucking, and of course a little bit about Al when he's not at work. So, Al, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
So, Al, let's start with, where are you from?
I'm from West Virginia.
What town?
I'm from Buffalo, West Virginia, which is near Charleston.
Okay. And how about you? All your life, West Virginia?
No, I moved around. I lived in Virginia for a while. But I finally came back home.
So, how long have you been driving truck?
38 years.
38 years, really?
38 years, yeah. 1985.
So what got you into trucking?
Because I wanted to.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's something, my family, uncles and things like that, and something I've always wanted to do, and wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah? What is the, as a driver, especially, we're talking to some of our audience are younger drivers, what's the most rewarding, thing about being a career truck driver?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, times changed.
Yeah.
It used to be, you can't get it done. I said, well, watch me.
I'll get it done. I remember those days.
We don't do that anymore.
No.
Everybody will tell you, it gets in your blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it well, do the right things, keep your body healthy, stay clean, just concentrate on your job. The reward at the end of it is, not too many people could do what I do. Now, a lot of people could. Anybody can go from A to B.
Right.
But it's everything in between A and B that most people can't do.
That's a great point. So what is the most challenging part of being a driver?
In today's world, inexperience. You gotta watch yourself.
That's just not even other drivers. That's other motors, obviously, but not other truck drivers. But young motors. I would imagine cell phones got something to do with it. Technology, paying attention. That's what I mean.
Yeah. You got to stay focused, but it's like I said, you just got to be more careful.
Yeah.
And with the advancement in technology with cars, I was growing up, 75 mile an hour, you were flying.
Right.
But now you got the technology, the good brakes, the airbags, the speed. They think they're bulletproof. You know, and that's the ones you really got.
Yeah, I believe it. So Al came to us today, and he brought up something today, and I'm gonna hold this here, and you know the audience may say it's a cardboard cutout, but what it's showing here is what we call a boomerang, right?
That's right.
And
boomerang.
so Al said, you know, I'm like a boomerang, and some you know, why do you have so many boomerangs? So first, explain what the boomerang means, what you were trying to get at by saying that.
Well, the boomerang, I figure everybody knows.
Well, we better,
throw it,
yeah, it comes back.
It comes back.
Right, you catch it here. Oh, you tried to, right?
Just like a driver, you know, a lot of us, I left here in the mid 2000s because I bought my own truck. But that's why I left. But these guys, they come here and they think there's something better on the other side.
Right.
They leave, and it's not. It's what they do. They call you back.
Right.
And they come back just like that boomerang.
There you go. Well, you know, and I just like you did. Some leave for various reasons. Maybe they think the grass is green, or maybe they have family issues. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
Vast. You went. Hey, kudos to you. You went out and did your own thing. You know. But we're glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
You're right. Now, you have not worked under the hourly pay scenario with Watsontown Trucking, correct?
No.
That's going to be probably one of and here's one thing I try to reiterate on that point is, a lot of drivers don't understand how to work under that concept because they're so used to by the mile. You've been doing this a long time, so it'll be an adjustment for you. But, we find that it's the safest way,
Right.
And you're getting paid for what you do, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what does Al, let's go off topic here a little bit, but what does Al do when he's not driving?
Well, I'm not driving.
What does he enjoy?
Well, a couple things. I've been dealing with some old, not really antique, but classics.
Yeah.
Selling them, buying them, losing money. I enjoy. I have a lot of friends, some old truck driving friends that can't get around. I stop and visit and chat
Nice.
with them, stuff like that, and get all the time I can with Baby Doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baby Doll, she's sweet.
Yeah, good.
She is sweet.
Well, shout out to Baby Doll.
Hey, Baby Doll. I love it.
There you go. Well, can I ask? I might as well ask, who's Baby Doll?
Baby Doll is my girl Terry, and we will be getting married in July.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, God works in mysterious ways.
Oh, yeah, that's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
So, hey, Al, we're glad that you are back, and it really is just a testament to say, if you do leave and you pursue other interests, that's fine. Give us a shout back.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to work hard, I think we got a good place. You can build a firm foundation here. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No.
Right? So, but we're just glad to have you back. And, here, I'm going to give you got anything else you want to add?
I would like to say this.
What's that?
I didn't come back here for the money.
Right.
Money's important. You need it. You gotta live. You gotta
Especially
live.
nowadays.
But here, after 20 years of being gone, there was a half dozen people who remembered me when I walked in the door. That's humbling.
Yeah.
That is real humbling.
Well, I even said to you, I said, Al, you remember we had a little cocktail one night,
Yeah.
at the hotel. It was a
2003.
There's a snowstorm going on. A little backstory to that. So James Bennett and I were working here. We were young yet, and we lived over Danville, which is east of here. But there was a big snowstorm, and we said, well, we're gonna come to work tomorrow. We don't want to drive home and drive back in the snow. We'll just get a hotel room. And you were at the hotel.
Yeah.
We ended up being at the hotel bar, telling wild stories, I'm sure, and talking big, of course. But I'll never forget that when I saw you today. And so it is. You're right. It is come back and have the respect for what you did for us while you were here, and then we're welcoming you back.
Well, like I said, I appreciate it, and I really can't thank you enough. Like I said, nobody's perfect. No company's perfect. But I got to say this before it stops. The one thing I am not, the one thing I didn't get here is an employee number.
Right.
I'm not an employee number. I'm out.
Right.
That means more to me than about anything.
That's awesome. Well, Al, this is we're glad that you came here. I'm glad you brought the boomerang. You know, that is pretty cool. You know, and we wish you great success, and you know, keep watching the show, and
God bless you.
Yeah, take care.
Special thanks to Alan and Chris for taking time for that. You know, great story. Really, Alan had a lot of great things to say, and actually all week long, he was sharing stories with everybody throughout the office. And smiling face, he's going around shaking hands, but he's happy to be back. So definitely welcome everybody. But Alan, you know, nice to see you, smiling face, and somebody that's happy to be back here. Going on with this week, we have my safety tip that I'm always excited about. So let's check that out. All right, so welcome to this week's safety tip. It's about the warm weather and really more about bicycles and motorcycles. You're gonna see a lot of kids outside now with the weather really changing, getting nice out around the area. A lot of bicycles, a lot of kids out playing, but for everybody else and really for the whole general traffic, motorcycles are everywhere. Just it's the perfect time of year to get out on your bike. I mean, a lot of people here at the office are starting to ride their bikes in. So I just thought I'd bring awareness to that. So let's take a look at this couple clips right here. So again, obviously caution for children, joggers, bicyclists, and pedestrians. As you can see here, the increase of pedestrian fatalities over the first half of 2022 continues a decade-long trend of roadways being more dangerous for people on foot. Over the past 10 years, pedestrian deaths in the first half of the year skyrocketed from 2141 in 2013 to 3,434 in just 2022. That's a 60% increase, or nearly 1,300 additional lives lost each year. Overall, traffic fatalities have also been surging since the start of the pandemic. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reported that 31,785 people died in crashes in the first 9 months in the year of 2022. Now, again, as I mentioned, motorcycles, you know, look twice, save a life. Motorcycles are everywhere. You see these signs all over. And May happens to be Motorcycle Awareness Month. So definitely always want to make sure we're double checking all intersections because they are harder to see than a regular car. They have low visibility. We have seen it 100 times on footage captured by GoPros, on riders' helmets, and dash cams. Motorcycles are far less noticeable, and most accidents you will see a result from cars abruptly turning and hitting motorcycle riders. Lane splitting, again, this is a crazy dangerous thing that we all have seen more than we want it. Lane splitting is another culprit that leads to motorcycle accidents. It's not uncommon to see motorcycles zipping down the middle of the lane, especially during traffic. While it is illegal in every state, it increases the risk of accidents. Now, that is always, normally you're seeing that when we're coming into construction zones. Obviously, construction zones, that's where those motorcycles are trying to sneak up through the lanes and zip past. And so we definitely want to be cautious of all of our surroundings on those times, but watch out for those motorcycles doing that. But going into construction, and obviously full bore construction everywhere where you go, it's getting crazy, but the construction fatalities is also something we want to be cautious of. This is statistics at year end of 2021. 164 pedestrians were hit in a work zone and died. 323 commercial motor vehicles involved in crash fatalities in work zones. A total of 956 work zone fatalities, 42,000 estimated work zone injuries, but a total of 106,000 estimated work zone crashes. So those crashes included minor injuries, major injuries, but also fatalities. Definitely want to, remember safety. Safety doesn't happen by accident. So while you're out there driving around, make sure we're taking the extra second, look twice, save a life. You see those signs everywhere. So be out there, be aware, be cautious, and be safe. There you have it. I mean, listen, motorcycles, bicycles, construction zones, I mean, it's everywhere right now. And statistically, it's very, very dangerous. The kids are always running around. Big thing that it's always scary, and you see the videos out there, is when you're driving through a town, that loose ball goes rolling in the street. Those young kids are all worried about just that ball. They want to go get it back. So always be cautious going through towns and make sure that we're aware of all of our surroundings and everything such as that. So great week. Again, on top of the class, we had a good week. We did have one lost time injury, but we're going to work together and get our fellow driver back back in the saddle and get him back behind the wheel, so everything's all good. But working through a very solid first half of the year so far. So everybody keep doing what you're doing, and looking forward to some great weather. I mean, we have a beautiful weekend coming up here. Busy weekend for us, for myself anyway, and looking forward to some picnics and some fires, and just hanging out and some cornhole. I actually am going to a function this weekend. I was asked to bring my cornhole board, so that's kind of stuff that we like to do on the weekends around here. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys like to do. If there's any different games, I mean, there's always the ladder ball, the cornhole, and stuff like that. But tell us some different games that you guys like to play at home, at picnics and stuff that you like to do. Big weekend this weekend to all you mothers out there. I'd like to take a minute and wish every mother out there a happy Mother's Day. Hopefully you have a relaxing day, and appreciate everything that my mother has done, and my wife was a mother of my 3 kids. She's phenomenal with them, and all mothers out there are always appreciated. So couldn't do it without our sponsors. Patent Logistics, Patent Warehouse, and Wausautown Trucking, all under the Patent Logistics Group. So happy to be part of that family, and if anybody wants to join our family at any level, any position, reach out to myself, Tony, or any fellow employee, and we'll get you squared away. So until next time, have a good weekend and be safe.